Welcome to another episode of Moving the Chains. Today is Thursday, November 7th, 2018. We have a very, very special guest in the building with us today, Coach Jeremy Parker, Hanover College tight end coach. We'll get into his interview later. We're going to talk about college football.
Just tight end coach? Just a tight end coach?
Oh, he's much more than just a tight end coach. Wait for the intro. The intro will get him.
Okay, all right.
We got college basketball, college football, and then top things off, we're going to do a little bit of Would You Rathers to top it. All right, here we go. It's Moving the Chains, brought to you by Hanover College. Welcome back. We have, like I mentioned, a very special guest. Quick intro for him. Ladies and gentlemen, the 2018 International Coach of the Year, an All-American, All-Conference lineman, a DePaul alum, a Franklin alum. He is the special teams coordinator, the oldest homecoming king at Franklin ever. He is a tight end coach, a house dad. Some might call him the Ron Jeremy, the Peter Parker, the gridiron guru, Uncle Parker. Ladies and gentlemen, Jeremy Parker.
Thank you for the intro there, Snacks.
Oh, no problem. You know, I worked really hard on that one.
I can tell. How long did you practice that?
This is actually the first go around with it, and we're really excited. You're actually the very first guest that we've ever had on this show. How does it feel to be the very first guest?
Pretty honored, actually. I've heard a lot of good things about this show. I'm glad to be the very first special guest.
So we were, me and Snacks were talking beforehand. So, this, like I said, we're going to, ask you a couple questions and talk a little bit about sports. But we're thinking about having you on for the second episode to really just grind out the sports talk.
Oh, can't wait.
We're good. Yeah. That's confirmed.
So you're definitely going to come back for more episodes?
More episodes is confirmed.
Oh, my gosh. All right. Go. Yes. All right, so Parker, can I call you just Parker?
That will work.
All right, Parker. So, for people who, don't even know you, tell us a little bit of information about you. When people ask me, hey, who's Coach Parker, what are they going to say?
Oh, that's a tough question. But started off, originally from Plainfield, Indiana, the west side.
317.
Yep, 317. Went to DePaul, as you mentioned, for a year. And then I also finished my career at Franklin College, who we play this weekend in a pretty big game, some would say.
Yeah, I'd say it's a pretty big game. Yeah. There might be a lot riding on it. All right, so you mentioned that you were at DePaul. Tell us about your time at DePaul, because I know you had some stories about DePaul.
Oh, DePaul was a great time. One of the things I didn't spend much time on was probably studying and going to class.
No, you're an athlete student.
Yeah, athlete student.
I think that's what a lot of coaches preach to people, is being an athlete student.
Especially in Division III sports.
Oh, yeah.
But, spent a lot of time socializing, playing football. Class wasn't my first choice.
I don't think it's any athlete student's first choice. I mean, hence the name athlete student.
Yeah, I didn't go there to play school, some would say.
Yeah.
So you said a year at DePaul, and then what made you actually want to go to Franklin? What attracted you? Oh, fuck. Oh, shit. Bitch. All right. No, we can't say Franklin.
That school up north.
The school up north. I should just take Franklin out of the outline. No.
The school up north.
Yeah. How did you even find out about that school up north?
Well, actually, I was originally recruited there late in my recruiting career, some would say, but decided to go to DePaul for the coach. He left. I spent 2 years just working, and during those 2 years, I spent a lot of time tailgating all the home games. So I went from tailgater to starter.
That's like a sports fan dream right there.
It's like Vince Papale almost.
Oh my god.
They just saw you tailgating, we want you.
Pretty much. That's how it worked out.
It's like you just try out. They walked out into the tailgate hey, that guy. He looks like he can play some football. Let's get him. It's like what that movie Invincible with Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah, that's Vince. Yeah.
Would you say you're the Mark Wahlberg of Division III football?
Some could call me that. I would.
Big Eagles fan, a big Franklin fan, and boom, starting job.
That first game was against number 1 Mount Union.
How did that go?
We lost by 3.
Really?
Yep.
So it went well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, did you see Diesel?
He was coaching at the time.
That must have been intimidating.
Didn't know him, so I didn't pay attention to their coaches usually. I just had to pay attention about the guy lined up across from me.
So, tell us about, your time at Franklin. football, school, all of it? I want to know.
I was a biology major, so spent a lot of time studying there since I learned my lesson at DePaul. But also went to more classes than I did in my whole year at DePaul within those 3 years at Franklin.
So you transitioned to a student athlete.
Yes.
That's a big move right there.
That's huge.
Yeah, some told me, you have to go to class in Division III or most college at any level. But started going to class, spent a lot of time studying for biology, graduated in 3 years. But also at the time, I played 2 years football.
So say that you didn't get into coaching. What were you going to do with your biology major?
I actually was doing an internship for physical therapy.
Ooh.
And during that time, I ran into the head coach at Avon High School, and he asked me what I was doing. Told him I had an internship to finish up my degree. He asked if I wanted to coach, and that's how I started coaching.
I like that.
That was at the tailgate lot. But
There's a lot of things you can do with it. You're finding job opportunities. You are finding playing time opportunities. I just need to start going to tailgates instead of class because apparently you get a lot more out of a tailgate than going to a fucking classroom.
It was in the Coke lot the night before the Indy 500 when I got offered the job at Avon.
Oh my gosh.
There you go.
We are doing school so wrong over here. The school should be spent out there, not in the classroom.
I would not be against classes in the tailgate lot.
Well, for me, it kind of is. It kind of is for me. So was coaching something that was on your mind before this?
Kind of. You think about it, but being in biology, trying to get into physical therapy school, there's obviously not enough time to do that. But when he offered me the job, I kind of clicked and was like, that'd be fun for the summer. Started substitute teaching, and then I thought about going into a teaching career, transition to teaching. And during that process is when I got another phone call.
Would you teach biology?
That's what the plan would have been.
Could you teach biology right now if you wanted to?
Oh, yeah. It's freshman biology class.
Fuck, dude, I'd fail. I was not good at biology. It's whatever. I don't care. Were you still talking? I'm sorry, I interrupted you.
Oh, no. I just said, I was doing the substitute teaching. I was a teaching assistant, and then I got a phone call from Coach Theobald.
Good old Coach Theo. Well, this is when he was at Franklin, right?
Yes.
So he wanted you to...
This was during the transition from Franklin to here.
Okay. So like, did he know you before you came here? Came to Franklin?
Not really. He knew me as a friend of most of the guys on the team.
Okay.
And so then when I played for him at Franklin, got to know him a little bit better.
Nice. All right, so we're talking about college. Obviously, a lot of people can make a lot of good memories in college. I know I've made great memories in college. Tanner, I'm sure you've had some memories in college that have come and go.
Yeah.
So, Coach Park, what would you say is your favorite memory from college? It could be football or anything.
It's probably the tailgate lot, but we'll let you talk.
Well, see, I wasn't really in college at that time, so
Yeah,
can't be a
true.
college memory,
True.
so.
Very true.
Did a lot of tailgating after games, though. But I'd say my favorite memory, besides being the oldest homecoming king, that's easy. But
How old were you?
I was 24.
Good God, dude. You're going to file a 401k? You could probably cash that crown in and make some bank.
It's like my roommate. My roommate's 24.
He could get homecoming king.
Besides that, I would say winning a playoff game on a last-second throw was a good memory in about 5-degree weather. It was freezing. I remember that.
Did you catch it?
I did not. I was a tackle, so we didn't run a tackle screen. But
That's something that I think we need to install.
I agree, 100%. Get the O-lineman the ball, let the big man score. But Johnny threw a pass to one guy, and actually another guy caught it. We scored with 30 seconds left, and we were ready to get out of there because it was freezing.
Oh, Who are you facing?
Washington University out of St. Louis at home.
Damn, I can't even imagine the atmosphere of that game. But speaking of atmospheres and games, we have a very, very big game this weekend. Some would even say it's probably the biggest games of their lives. Would you classify it as such?
I would say it's probably one of the biggest games in Hanover's history.
Now, I've done some research, which means I just read some things. And it's actually been 15 years, 2003, since we've been in this situation. It's been, since like the late 90s, I think Coach Foy was telling me that we've even been in this situation to go to a playoff by beating Franklin, getting the bell, and a ring at the same time. What you've been in this situation before. What is it like?
Well, obviously it's a huge game every year. It doesn't matter the records. It's a rivalry game. records don't matter. You still want to beat the team you're playing because it means so much more to the campus, means so much more to the fan base to beat that rival school that you've been playing for, what is it,
God, I hate
87
them.
years?
88. This is the 88th annual Bell game.
I didn't know it was that long.
And
I've done my
believe
research.
The record's tied?
It is 42, 42, and 3.
Yep. So
Research.
there's another thing on the line. Give you some research. Since Franklin's run started, the score's been about average 47-13. I think this is the best year to flip that around on them.
I'm excited. As a guy in the tailgate lot, I'll hold it down for you, obviously. But no, it's
That's the biggest honor is having someone out there holding it down.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
I think we're gonna have a lot more people out there than you actually think, Parker.
Oh, I don't actually, because I think there's going to be a lot of alums that are excited from the Indianapolis area, a lot of school up north alums as well.
Thank you.
That I went to school with that always like to give us a little heckling before the game, which I encourage. But
Fuel the fire.
yeah, I'm excited. I know. I have 20 people coming. Theo has 40. There's just
Jesus.
between two people there.
I got 4.
There you go. Bring in everybody.
I'll be
you
5.
can.
I'll be
Yeah,
5.
There we go. I think the atmosphere is going to be awesome. The weather's going to be a little chilly, but you can always bring a fire pit.
Now, recently this team has suffered quite the injuries lately. We're talking about the beginning of the season. Noah Wazinski goes down, third game in, doesn't make it through the fourth. We have A.J. Bright stepping in. How well do you think he has run this offense?
I think he's done a great job. Next man up mentality. All the coaches from all levels say it. But really, as long as you practice, get your practice reps in, when you have the opportunity, it gets you ready for these moments. And I think he's done a great job stepping up, running the offense the way we like the offense to be run. And he's done a great job on the field leading the offense.
Now, you're the tight end coach. I mentioned this earlier. The production from the tight ends, I'd say they're slim. But when they have made their production, they have done an unbelievable job. You want to touch a little bit on your precious tight ends?
Oh, yeah. Trey's done a great job when he, has been targeted. We had Towney score a touchdown this year.
His career, I'll just sum up his career. 1 catch, 15 yards, 1 touchdown.
That's 100% production.
I'd say he's the most productive guy on the team.
Some would agree.
The most efficient player in Hanover football or Hanover sports history.
That's a very, very hot take.
100%.
Okay. No, go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, yeah. He did great, that catch. Every time Trey's been targeted, he's caught the ball and gained some yak after that.
Dude, I'd say he's probably one of the fastest guys on the team.
I would say so, too.
Have you
surprised
Have you seen him
us
sprint?
all around? Yes.
Deceivingly fast.
His legs, I don't think his legs actually keep up with his body because his legs are so much farther ahead of him than he can actually run. He's a big dude.
Most people have the opposite problem. Their body's over their legs, and that's why they fall forward. He's kind of the opposite.
They just take off, and he's like, "Ooh, I got to catch up."
Yep.
I've known Trey for a long time. He's a great guy. He's always he's had injuries in the past that have really held him out of the game. But this year, I think he's really stepped up and done his part.
Yep.
And obviously, we've had the injury to Sean. That was a major blow in our offense, I think. Would you agree?
Oh, yeah. When you have a guy with a lot of production, a lot of yards, touchdowns.
Coming off a great freshman year, too.
Yes.
On track for, I think, 1,500 all-purpose yards in the season.
Yeah, I believe he was since the records go back on D3 football, I believe, he's the first 1,000-yard rusher at Hanover.
Really?
Which I think goes back to 94.
Look at that.
I don't know, you might have to check those.
Somebody else has done their research, too. You're not the only one that came prepared.
I came pretty prepared, but I didn't come this prepared.
I was a biology major. I had to do the research when I decided to do school.
He was hitting the books before this.
There's a lot more science behind football than we actually know, and Coach Parker is out there grinding. All right, so I'm going to be a little bit presumptuous. Can I be presumptuous with you?
You do you.
All right.
Only if you can spell it.
Ooh.
With a P.
All right, you're good.
Good.
So when I'm being presumptuous, I'm going to go ahead and talk about the game, the 88th annual Bell game between Hanover College and the school up north. It is a rivalry that I've never really embraced until just now because of the situation that we are in. I have such confidence in this team that I think we do have the advantage. I think they're scared of our defense because our defense is 23rd ranked in the nation. That nobody in the HCAC has scored over 20 points against us, and Franklin has given up 20 points plus every single game. I've done the research. I'm gonna go ahead and say I'm picking us. Obviously, my unbiased opinion. Unbiased opinion. I got us in this game. What we do after the game, that's just gonna happen. It's just gonna flow. I plan on rushing the field. And
I hope all the fans rush the field. Join us.
I plan on rushing to the tailgates as well. I am breaking all their tables. I am ripping the Huck fan over shirts off. And I might flip the bird to a couple people as well.
I can't control what you do.
Oh, you can't.
So
no, you definitely can't control what I do.
I can't control what most people do. So, as long as nothing gets too crazy, I think we'll be fine. But I mean, it's a big victory. If we can when we pull it off, I think it's important that, we celebrate it the way we should.
I heard you say too crazy. Are you talking about too crazy there or too crazy here?
Oh, I mean, I imagine, after we get the bell, fans rushing the field, get it on the bus, and we'll drive right back here.
I say we smack it right on the 50-yard line when it gets back.
I'm saying we're popping champagne on their field. Yeah, you sound. Test me.
I believe there's a no alcohol policy inside Fott Stadium.
Is there, though?
I can't,
Can't confirm nor deny.
I can't enforce it either.
Exactly.
I mean, Coach Theo's always mentioned us drinking out of that bell. You damn sure I'm going to do that.
Rumors have it. Some people
Rumors have had it, yeah. So what are you going to do after we win the bell?
Imagine get on the bus, drive back to Hanover, and, as, house dad also.
House dad at Phi Delta Theta.
Got to make sure the house doesn't burn down or the rest of campus, which I can't control that, but I can do my best to prevent a
because we're
going
to have a bonfire, and the fire might get too out of control at Phi Delta Theta.
Yes.
There's a tree that hangs over the fire pit.
Oh, man, that could be detrimental.
It's a hazard.
I'm very, very much excited for this game. It is one that we've had marked in the books since last season. I mean, I know Coach Theo said that in our first team meeting, it wasn't about going to the playoffs. It wasn't about beating any other team. He had one goal written down there. What was it?
It was beat Franklin.
Beat Franklin. That's going to happen this week. I have the utmost confidence in our team. We look good. We've had a great week of practice. The weather's going to be just fine. It's going to be a crisp 38 degrees and sunny.
There's a chance of snow.
That would just be a whiteout bowl? What?
It probably won't snow that much.
It won't snow that much.
It'd be pretty cool, though.
That'd be one for the books. But I'm just thinking about this game just gets me so hyped up. I get chills every time I think about us winning that belt and running onto the field because there's so much more riding on this. The bid to the playoffs. I've never even been in a playoff.
Oh, it's exciting. I mean, this game is definitely very exciting. I get the chills too because I've actually been a part of a team where when I was at DePaul, they lost the Monon Bell. And there's nothing worse than seeing the other team at home come over to your sideline and take the bell that you've had for 4+ years. Yeah. And
Bro, I
watch
just got
them
chills
celebrate.
thinking about running over there.
So
man.
I've seen that feeling, and I want to be a part of that other side where you take it at their home field.
This is like the biggest game I've ever been in since like the 6th grade when we won the Super Bowl.
Ooh, who'd you play?
We played the Seahawks.
Oh, nice.
We were the Vikings, so it was an NFC showdown. I don't know why that happened.
A lot of Super Bowls come in those
A lot of
NFC
Super Bowls.
showdowns.
I caught the only touchdown.
Oh,
Could you imagine what position I
humble
played?
brag.
Yeah, I'm gonna ring my own bell for a sec. You want to guess what kind of position I played? You'd be really appreciative.
Quarterback.
Tight end.
Oh.
Yeah.
I was hoping for like a throwback pass.
That'd have been cool. I played a little tight end back in the day, too.
Oh, so did I.
All right. Oh, a bunch of
Three
tight ends
tight
sitting in a
ends?
room right now.
Well, this was a tight end podcast.
We're going to change the name Tight End Chains.
Tight end change.
This might be the first pro tight end content. Excuse me. The first pro tight end podcast I've heard of.
Tight end. I played O-line once. Did you play O-line at all?
Flag football. I played center. I was the only person that could snap the ball.
Ooh.
So we also have O-line going with us.
Ooh.
Have you ever played quarterback?
Flag football.
Okay, I played quarterback in 8th grade.
I played in high school.
Oh.
We are literally we could be the bench warmers. We can make our own damn team.
Yeah.
What-
3 on 11. I got our money on us.
Yeah. I mean, all you need is a center, quarterback, and a tight end.
You know who I do not have my money on?
Who's that?
Ohio State.
Ooh.
We're going to go ahead and transition to this next segment.
We got the battle of the scandals. Ohio State versus Michigan State. Two teams that have been in the news these last couple years. We know Ohio State, Urban Meyer. We know what he did. We got Michigan State.
Injury prone.
We know what they did. Obviously, I am a huge Ohio State fan. I have been ever since. Yeah, I'm repping actually the Ohio State sweatshirt right now. They're a 3.5 point advantage right now. I'm going to hold to that. I got Ohio State in this game.
Where's the game at?
They are playing, I'm pretty sure it's at home. I'm pretty sure it's at the Shoe.
Tough environment.
I am. I'm going to go with Michigan State here just because I like to give you a little banter, you know? If you lose this game this weekend to Michigan State, you're not gonna beat Michigan either.
Ooh.
Hold on, and also I know it's a little off topic. Think about this. Imagine being Michigan, being the 4th ranked team, and having your game come down to Ohio State.
Game's actually in Michigan.
Yikes. Looks like Ohio State's going to lose 3 times this season.
Now I'm nervous, man. I thought it was at home. I had the utmost confidence in this team. Okay, but you got to think of this. Dwayne Haskins has thrown for over 3,000 yards in his first year as a starter. And 32. He's a Heisman runner right now. And they're going up against Michigan State. They ain't that good. They're not that good. They
ain't that good.
No. I hate you guys, man. Ohio State's been dominant on offense. The only thing that really scares me is their defense. Coach, have you been following college football?
I have been following college football.
Who's your team? Who do you got?
I'm an Irish guy. I like the Irish.
Oh, so they've been they're ranked number 3 right now.
Yep.
They had a close one against North. I was really rooting for Northwestern.
Is better than better than what they are on paper.
Okay, so episode 1 or 2, I don't remember what, episode 2, I said, watch out for Northwestern this season. They will upset a lot of teams. And now I think it was they have a 49% chance to go into the Big Ten championship. So I'm glad you said that.
They're first in the Big Ten West right now.
It'd be awesome to see them in the Big Ten championship.
I know.
You get a big crowd.
Root for the underdog.
Because I'm going to be at the Big Ten championship because I work it every single year. I'm just going
brag.
to ringing my own bell right now. So I'm just going to love seeing Ohio State versus Northwestern in that game because I know Ohio State would absolutely just dick them down. It wouldn't even be close.
They have to get there first.
Oh, they already are. They're there.
Okay.
They're going to. Okay, Michigan's playing. Is Michigan playing Ohio State in Michigan or at home?
I'm going to look it up.
I'm almost fairly certain that Ohio State is playing at home against Michigan. So that's another W right there because Harbaugh has never beaten Ohio State ever. Did you know that?
Oh, I did know that.
Oh fuck!
But there's always a
I guess he
first.
did his research too.
Yeah, he did his research too.
But
Michigan's at Ohio State.
game over. Not even close. So that battle of the scandals, I got Ohio State.
I got Michigan State.
I'm gonna have to say Michigan State.
Well, we'll see after this week. All right, we got the next one up. Wisconsin and Penn State. The last time that they played each other was in the Big Ten championship. Your boy was there. It's a rematch. Wisconsin, Hornibrook has been injury prone this season. They've had their backup. I think he's a sophomore. Been stepping in. I can't see.
Doing the research now.
Yeah,
You could fact check us.
Jack Cohn. Yeah, because Hornibrook's been injured because of his head. Been putting too much head in the game. You know, great coach always said to keep your head out of the game.
That is true.
But also another good coach said the top of your head is the hottest part of your body.
You're 15 minutes early. You're 30 minutes late.
So the line is drawn at 55, and then Penn State's has a 9-point advantage on them.
Which they should.
Yeah. I mean, I think this one's self-explanatory. I think.
I mean,
Penn State.
they're playing in Happy Valley, so as soon as you enter Happy Valley,
Everybody's happy.
Yeah, really not.
except for when they faced Ohio State, I'm gonna go ahead and give Penn State. Oh wait, no, I'm not giving this one to Penn State because I forgot Trace McSorley's hurt, and they've had their freshman step in.
He's good though. He's from around the Indianapolis.
He's from Decatur Central.
Yep.
That's right. Yeah, he's good.
I'm still taking Wisconsin.
Mid-state conference.
I know Wisconsin's very much overrated, but I got him. I got Wisconsin.
I got Penn State.
Penn State.
Damn, y'all are all against me. All right, we got Northwestern versus Iowa. Iowa, known for being a very good defensive team. Their offense, sketchy. They almost pull off the upset against.
Purdue? No.
No,
They lost to Purdue, didn't they?
no. I'm talking about Penn State. They faced Penn State a couple weeks ago,
Oh, they did.
and they almost pulled off the upset. They didn't though. They lost because that's when their freshman quarterback for Penn State actually drove down and got them the game-winning drive. But Iowa, known for great defense. Northwestern, known for good offense. It's going to be a really good matchup.
They lost to Purdue last week, and that's what I think that are they still top 25? Iowa. Check that for me real quick. But I have Iowa losing. I mean, I know. Oh no, they're 21 now. All right. Well, they lost to Purdue last week. They lost by 2. Purdue's a good team, but I think Northwestern's better. So I got Northwestern.
I'll take Northwestern as well.
I also got Northwestern. I'm just very much confused at how Northwestern isn't a ranked team yet because they've beaten ranked teams.
Well, they're like 5 and something.
5 and 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's probably why.
Unbelievable, man. But
Who was their non-conference?
Look it up.
their non-conference loss.
Yeah. I'll look it up. See, I got it pulled up right now. Duke and Akron. Yeah, Duke and Akron.
Yikes.
Doesn't look good.
Not as
Yeah, no,
real
I got
tough
Iowa. I didn't know
schedule.
they beat Purdue at the beginning of the season too. So
That's when I thought Purdue wasn't going to do as good as they did this year. Oh, that's also when they started what's his face, and not Blau. They're really bad quarterback. That dude was bad. All right, we also got one more. I didn't really look in.
Who were the picks on that last one?
We all three said Northwestern.
It's true.
clean sweep.
Clean sweep. Finally, y'all fucking agree with me.
But, I mean, that was before the fact checks. But
Before the fact checks.
we'll still take Northwestern. I have full faith in them in the Big Ten Championship.
100%.
All right, we're gonna move on. We're not even gonna talk about this Oklahoma versus Oklahoma State because obviously Oklahoma number 6 is gonna just destroy. I mean, it's a good matchup because it's Oklahoma versus Oklahoma State, but it's kind of like IU going up against Indiana State. It's that kind of matchup. It's not a matchup.
When we transition, are you a college basketball fan?
I do watch college basketball.
Did you watch the 2 games last night?
Last night?
I meant night before last. Sorry.
Yes, I did. Those were
Wow.
pretty good games to watch. Yeah.
I really think Duke got disrespected badly in the rankings.
I agree. I'd
Ranked
have
them
to-
4th.
Yeah.
When you get out of the high school, when you get the top 3 high school prospects onto one team and you give them a 4 rank, that would piss me off as a Duke player and as a coach. And then they just, I'm not even calling that a game between Duke and Kentucky.
118 points.
To 84.
That's a lot of points, and they slowed down with 7 minutes to go.
Their 4 freshmen, starting freshmen, outscored all of Kentucky by 4 points.
Are you serious?
Do we have any
Yeah.
Kentucky fans in here?
Not in here, no.
Nope.
Okay. Good,
Ohio
because,
State.
I enjoyed watching them get the beat down.
Oh, I enjoyed it so. Watching Zion, people are already comparing him to LeBron James.
He almost hit his chin on the rim on that one dunk.
The dude is 6'8", 285 pounds, and 18 years old.
That's a lot of body.
He is bigger than Aaron Judge.
This will be the best sports science ever because I know they're going to do a sports science on Zion. And he has a 45-inch vertical at 280. It's not 45. It's higher than 45. All right.
48.
And he's 285 pounds.
What's the force behind that?
I don't know.
Any science guys in here?
You're the biology major, so how about
No,
you
not
tell
physics.
us?
It's not physics.
Well, if you take the size of the, I'm not even gonna try to 1,000.
We'll wait for John Brinkus.
Yeah.
I'm John Brinkus. This is sports, whatever. All right, so we have obviously the Duke and Kentucky. It was a Zion showdown. It was the top 3 showdown. Not a game. I saw that thing on Twitter where Zion went up for that dunk, and then you ever play 2K?
Oh, I played 2K.
Your opponent has left the match.
Yeah.
That was kind of what happened with Kentucky. Zion went up for that dunk and like, oh fuck, we're out. Everybody off the court.
Yep.
Off
Thanks for coming.
It's like a semi-part. All right, Tropics, off the court.
Yeah.
Sort of like that. They're like, we've got to get the hell out of here because this is not even fun for us.
Corn dogs.
Corn dogs.
Corn dogs.
For all these people.
And then The Kansas versus Michigan State game kind of just got blown over. Nobody even like talked about it the next day. I feel like did you even hear about the Kansas Michigan State game?
Not the next day, no. I watched it. The Kansas.
No,
it was
I
a good
mean
game at the
after
end.
Zion, what else do you talk about?
Yeah.
Exactly.
That is.
I actually watched it. It was a good game. I
It
really
was a good game.
Yeah.
Come back late at the end, and you know.
But for Kansas being ranked number 1, only beating Michigan State, I think by like 8, something like that. It got down to 3 points within like the last 2 minutes. Duke needs to be ranked number 1. They fucked up those rankings.
I think we can
real bad.
all agree on that one.
Yep.
Yeah.
Duke at number 1.
Absolutely.
Duke at number 1.
Duke at number 1.
Gonzaga not at number 3.
Agreed.
Who's number 2?
Number 2 is Kentucky.
You know, Gonzaga's going to stay.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought we already covered that. But anyway,
It's just something that needs to be said again.
That's a disgusting.
I think
ranking.
Gonzaga stays at 3 because of their conference.
Oh yeah, that's true.
I think Duke will go 1, Kansas will go 2, Gonzaga stays at 3. And then I don't know who will go 4, but it won't be Kentucky.
I mean, that's something you can always count on is one, Adam Morrison's mustache, and Gonzaga losing in the tournament.
All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and jump to March Madness and say for 64 all the way to the finals, it's Zion.
Zion.
Zion's gonna win the championship.
What's that Dave Chappelle skit where he's like, Dylon. Yeah, no. And then after this, I think we're going to have to turn anytime someone says Zion into a drinking game.
No, I think every time we say Zion, we gotta throw $1 into like a bucket.
I don't have that much money.
I don't think I do. Quarter? Can we do quarters?
I don't know if I have that much money.
Yeah.
Then we can all get Polar Pops after we collect it all.
I'm down.
Jesus. All right, we're gonna close out this this episode with some would you rather's. Now I didn't show you these would you rather's because
Ooh.
I wanted you. You might actually I've asked you one of these before in practice, but Tanner, you haven't seen these would you rather's. But all right, this is one that I asked the team a couple days, like I think week and a half ago. This one, okay. Would you rather have to fight 20,000 birds or 1 lion?
20,000 birds.
Yeah, I would have to get on. Do I get a weapon?
Nope.
No weapon.
No weapon.
Yeah, I'm going with the birds then.
You guys are fucking insane. You think that you have a chance against 20,000 birds?
20,000 birds wouldn't hurt as bad as 1 lion.
You have a better chance of facing 1 lion because that's only one thing you have to kill instead of 20,000.
Some of them are going to get tired.
That one thing's like 9 feet long and like 1,000 pounds.
But say you catch that lion on like an off day. Like he's like, oh, I'm not up to fighting. Birds don't have a fucking brain. They're just going to peck at your face the entire time.
As a science guy, they do have brains, by the way.
They're just small.
Small brains.
So they forget exactly what they're doing like a second after it happens.
Okay, so they stop attacking you.
No, they're just going to follow the other 20,000 birds.
There's only so many birds that can be in one area at a time.
I'll just take a loaf of bread and just throw it.
Ooh.
no props, no
Yeah, are you? No,
No props, no weapons.
no props, no
I
weapons.
think if you just stomp your feet, you're going to get 20 at a time.
No.
They're flying around. They're not like, it's like
2 birds, 2 birds, 1 stone.
There's only
you're going to need 10,000 stones.
there's only enough space for so many birds. All 20,000 are not going to be able to attack you at once.
I'm saying that like you caught all the birds coming down, migrating to the south, and they're like, hey, that guy.
That guy.
Everybody round up. Woo, and they're like, that guy right there wants his shit rocked.
I think I saw that at practice the other day. They're flying by and
Yeah, that's what sparked this this debate. And there's some guys that are on my side that asked that said 1 lion. I'd rather take 1 lion because you have a good chance of beating 1 lion than I think 20,000 birds. Could you imagine the humiliation of being killed by birds?
20,000 is a lot though.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You want to? There's no humiliation of dying from 1 lion because it happens all the time.
Yeah, you don't see people getting beat by 20,000. You'd be
You
like
don't
the
see people beating a lion.
Exactly.
No, I'm just saying, you'd be looked at so stupid if you got killed by a fucking bird.
You
But
can't judge
20,000.
the. You can. I mean, it won't hurt.
It's either humiliated or you go down as a legend for killing 20,000 birds attacking you.
But could you imagine if you beat the lion? You'd be the one guy who can beat up a fucking lion.
I don't see me beating up a lion.
I don't see me beating 20,000.
Fact check how many times a person's beaten a lion without using a weapon.
0.
Thank you.
Tell me the last time 20,000 birds killed one dude.
It's never happened.
0.
But when it does,
How many bird deaths have there been?
what? Yeah.
Not including getting stuck in airplane engines or hitting cars, but
Are you asking me?
killing a human, attacking them.
Are you asking me how many birds have killed a human?
Yep. Ostrich counts. See that?
Okay, but I'm not. We're talking about Regular birds that you see like propped out like on a tree outside your window. 20,000 of those annoying
like
fuckers.
a pigeon. What was that?
I think there's a bird in here, dude. There's 19,000 more on the way. Some guys were telling me that they would just swing their arms like back and forth, killing them. Is that a strategy you consider?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't take much to knock a bird out.
No.
So you're going to do that and kill all 20,000. Do you think you have better living odds against birds than a lion?
Yeah. They're going to get tired too.
It's either that or it's like a lion's going to be like fatal. With a bird, you're like, oh, probably go to the hospital.
Scratch there, scratch here.
Yeah, stay there maybe max 2 days. And
Yeah, scratch here, scratch there, bite here. They hit one eye.
I've been bit by a cardinal, by the way.
Wait, what? How did you even provoke this? I didn't even know cardinals bite people.
Yeah, it doesn't hurt that bad. But anyways, took ornithology at the school up north, and we caught a cardinal. I was lucky enough to be able to hold it, and as I was trying to take a selfie with it, tried biting my face. I moved it away, it bit my thumb. Got a picture of it. If you need proof, we can put that out there.
So we come
when
into
release this.
So we come in.
Love that picture.
So 20,000 birds. That's a vote for me.
Vote for you?
Vote for me.
I got one lion.
All right, let's move on.
All right. Next, would you rather? Would you rather be able to teleport anywhere or read people's mind?
Teleport anywhere. You know how much money you save on travel?
Ooh.
Read people's mind, yeah, that's kind of cool, but end of the day, it's going to make you miserable.
I was thinking read people's mind, but you changed my thought. I'm gonna go with teleport anywhere.
I'd like to teleport anywhere. I really would.
Where would you go first?
See, that's the thing. I don't know where I'd go first. If I could just read people's minds, that'd just make life so much easier.
would go anywhere I wanted to.
Could you?
I disagree, though. You're going to hear all the negative things about you. You're going to hear the positives. Yeah, that makes you feel good. But then also, do you pick and choose who minds you can read?
Ooh.
Or is it always on? Because then there's just a ton of thoughts running around.
I'm going to go ahead and say that you can pick and choose whose
Okay.
mind you can read. I think it's really.
I'm still teleporting anywhere.
Teleport anywhere.
I just think like relationships would be so much easier if you could read someone's mind. Hey, where do you want to go out to eat? I don't know.
Can you teleport and take someone with you? Because then
I was
your
thinking
relationship would be also easy.
Yeah.
Or hey, I got you this wildflower in South America.
This is the only flower in the entire world. It's in the middle of the Amazon jungle. I got it just for you.
How hard's that?
Pretty easy.
Okay, I guess it's pretty unanimous that we'd all teleport
Yeah.
anywhere.
I mean, we could be doing this podcast on the beach right now and be back for practice.
We are on the beach.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Find your beach. Corona.
Oh, okay.
Oh, camera's dead.
Oh,
All right.
they'll listen to it.
This is one that I actually made up on my own. Would you rather take a big hit from an NFL linebacker, straight up, standing there, he runs at you, full speed, knocks your ass out, or would you rather take a piss missile pass from an NFL quarterback to the balls?
I would take. It's a tough question.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is a tough question.
Oh, yeah. I did this on my own.
I think I would take the linebacker
Oof.
just because I think I would like to have kids at some point in life.
Yeah, I would second that. I mean, with the piss missile, you would have to hope it hit your, that the direct contact couldn't beat your balls.
We're talking
Yeah.
about Drew Brees throwing this.
I'm taking the linebacker.
Linebacker.
You could die. You could fucking die from this hit.
I think said just knocked out, right?
I'm saying like he is knocking your
Oh,
shit.
okay. Yeah, I mean, yeah, but then
People have died from getting hit by an NFL linebacker.
Yeah, but I'm not expecting like a helmet to helmet. Like I'm expecting him to.
Brian Urlacher.
I'm expecting him just form tackle.
Urkelacker? I'd let him hit me all day.
Hell yeah.
I'm taking the piss missile.
Okay.
All right.
You're not gonna have kids.
No.
I don't know.
You might. It might cause more damage than you think.
I think I'd rather keep my head on and have less broken bones in my body than I'd rather. I feel like that pain would just go away like after a couple minutes.
Oh.
No.
That would
linger
for weeks. You would have to get surgery on your shit. Your shit would explode more than likely. Honestly.
chance, good
Yeah.
chance.
You can rupture a scrotum.
Yep.
But doctors work miracles.
Yeah, you can just work a miracle on my broken rib. I'm cool with that. I'll just
Yeah.
lay in bed for a couple days.
Oh, I'm knocked out. Guess what?
Okay. Say
They can
that.
work a
Say that.
miracle.
Say that broken rib punctures your lungs and you start dying because you can't breathe.
They can work a miracle. They can fix it.
Yeah, work a miracle. We just covered this.
Like I said, just lay in bed, just chill. Or lay in bed and chill while my nuts.
I mean, I've seen someone get a vasectomy, and it takes them 3 or 4 days to get out of bed.
Damn.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's all I got for today. Tanner?
I got one. Oh, right here. So, any sport. Would you rather be the star of a bad team or an average player on an elite team?
Is this professional?
This
or?
is professional, yes.
I think everyone wants to get paid.
Exactly. That's what I'm thinking.
Got to get paid. Got to take care of yourself.
So you're saying you'd rather be the star of one team?
There's no I in team, but there is a
me.
win.
And there's M and an E.
There is a win.
I think I'd. So you said you'd be the average player on a really good team?
Championships are cool, but you're talked about when you're a really good player.
Yeah.
Nobody remembers that average guy on the.
Is your team good that you're on? Like, if you're the star player, like, are you producing? Like,
All right, so we'll compare this to like NBA, for example, because I feel like that's when you see it the most. You'd be Devin Booker, or you could be Andre Iguodala for the Warriors.
send that to me.
Yeah, we'll put that clip in.
That's fantastic.
I think I'm gonna be the elite player and get paid.
Elite player, get paid.
I'll be the elite player. I like a lot of money. Then I could just be traded like LeBron.
Exactly.
I can just go anywhere I want. You got another one?
Yeah, I'm looking for another one right here. Yeah, I'll just think of a funny one. I just wanted to get a sports one, considering we're a sports podcast. What we try to be at least.
You want to ask him the Teletubby one?
Oh yeah, ask the Teletubby. Did we already ask that?
We did. Me and you. I want to know.
Oh yeah, ask him.
All right, so me and Tanner did this one a couple weeks ago. Would you rather once a month get your shit rocked by Teletubbies or never be able to defend yourself in a fight ever again?
How many fights you can get in?
Once, like, what do you mean?
So you said Teletubbies once a month?
Once a month,
Or
no matter any day throughout that month, they will come in and wreck your shit.
Or lose every fight you're in after that?
Never be able to defend yourself. Like, they will just beat your shit and you just stand there and take it.
Does this depend on how many fights you get into originally, though? Or is there all a guaranteed?
There's a
gonna get-
guaranteed
Okay.
fight.
I'd take the Teletubbies, I think, once a month, just to be sure.
We all said
And then you can win all the other fights.
because we all said that, like, it'd just be like the most humbling experience getting your shit rocked by a Teletubby.
Yeah.
Tinky Winky comes and kicks your ass. Fuck yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good story.
Oh yeah.
Once a month, and then guess what? The rest of the time, I can just win all my other fights.
Exactly.
I was telling Tanner, I was like, you'd walk in one day to like the office and you'd be all bruised and battered, like, oh, it's Teletubby Day. Like,
Oh, yeah, I heard about this. Yeah, Teletubbies.
oh, you're the guy that gets his shit rocked by Teletubbies once a month.
Exactly.
This one, just because it kind of hit home to me. Would you rather have all of your clothes either be a size too small or 2 sizes too big?
2 sizes too big.
I'm one for the schmediums, dude.
Yeah, I can see that.
Whoa. I'd rather have my clothes fit smaller.
I like it baggy. Hence why I always wear XLs.
What are you from the 2003 NBA draft?
Yeah, I am.
It was a style.
It was.
It was, but now everything's tight. I'm more of an in style kind of guy.
Not a big tight guy.
I'm not either.
But we are tight ends.
Ooh. I might have to change my answer there.
All right, that's all
Still
I got.
baggy.
Do you got a would you rather question?
I do not.
You do not? All right.
I think that's the show.
that's the
Parker,
show.
thank you so much for joining us
I am
today.
honored to be the first guest of the podcast.
You're definitely going to be on a lot more if you want.
Oh, I'm always open. I got to talk to my PR guy.
Your PR.
But
You can talk to his agent.
but I'm excited to be here. Excited for this weekend. I'm so glad to be on the show to preview it, and also glad to share my story with all the millions of listeners out
Millions of listeners. I saw you gave us a little shout out on that gram.
there.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah, I saw that.
I got 50 likes.
Okay.
A lot of people were confused by it, but you know what? End of the day,
We got some follows from your friends as well.
nice.
All right. Cool. All right. See you guys next week.
See ya.
Appreciate it.
That was fun. That was good.
It was a good time. Good time.
Where's the